I plan to give you an update regarding my criminal trespassing complaint in the Sayreville Municipal Court. Yeah, look at this right here. Just heard some gunshots. God, look at that sun just glistening off the water. Let's go ahead and check out this duck blind. I just love it back here. It's so beautiful. Oh, look at that. Hey guys, this is Matt with 2 Feet Outdoors YouTube channel. Today, I'm at the Smith Point Bridge on Long Island, New York. This bridge has been in the news a lot lately because of structural problems. They've created lane closures and weight restrictions, and right now they have it down to one lane, alternating directions. My goal today is to kayak underneath the bridge to see if I can identify any structural problems. I also plan to kayak out to Potter Squash Island, and later we're gonna make some pancakes and hot chocolate. All right, let's go ahead and get this kayak set up. Guys, it's about 18 degrees Fahrenheit this morning. All right, and we're paddling. What a beautiful sunrise we have this morning. The air temperature is about 18 degrees Fahrenheit, and the water temperature is about 42 degrees Fahrenheit. And straight ahead of us is the Smith Point Bridge in Mastic Beach, Long Island, New York. I don't know if you guys have heard about it or seen it on the news, but the Smith Point Bridge has been in the news lately because apparently it's structurally unsound.
Oh, it's a slow go for anyone trying to cross Smith Point Bridge on Long Island. That bridge leads to Suffolk County's most popular beach and park, but traffic is down to one lane because of much needed repairs.
This is what I consider an emergency.
And emergency measures are now in place to protect vehicles driving across Suffolk's Smith Point Bridge.
I don't want anyone to get hurt on the bridge if it's not safe.
Adam Lawrence was today among those utilizing the bridge that connects the mainland to Suffolk County's most popular oceanfront park and beach. The bridge first opened in 1959, and tens of thousands of drivers rely on it every year. But now New York State inspectors say the Smith Point Bridge has structural safety issues.
We are going to invest in fixing this bridge.
Suffolk County executive today signed an emergency order to fast-track bridge repairs. According to a county engineer, the problem with this bridge lies with its steel cables encased in concrete. Over the years, those cables have been exposed, and right now they're not as strong as they need to be.
I'm glad they're repairing it. You know, I'd hate for it to collapse if I'm on the bridge.
A replacement bridge won't be ready until about 4 years. The county executive said today a prior administration had promised the new bridge would be done last year.
And last I heard, it was restricted to 3 tons. So I want to paddle around some of these pillars and see if we can find anything that looks structurally unsound. And there's actually ice forming in the water today. God, look at that sun just glistening off the water. So beautiful. So besides inspecting this bridge today, I want to paddle out and check out Potter Squash Island that's just to the east of us. And I think we're going to finish this trip off by making some pancakes for breakfast. So right now, looking all around me, I don't see any boat traffic. We have this waterway all to ourselves. So yeah, I'm just paddling the full length of the bridge, getting to the Smith Point Beach side, and then we're gonna work our way back across, checking out all these pillars. Whew, look at this. Definitely chilly out here this morning. And low tide was probably 45 minutes to an hour ago. So we'll be able to see most of the areas of these pillars where they're probably structurally unsound. But honestly, they don't look too bad to me right now. This one right here, straight ahead, you can see some ice on it. It looks like it's coming apart a little bit. Yeah, some of these right here, like if I were to go closer here, you can see straight ahead, missing concrete. Yeah, definitely low tide right now. Yeah, look at this right here. You can see the rebar underneath it from when they poured the concrete. Yeah, and it looks like the backside of that one is missing a bunch of concrete. So yeah, you can get another angle of this one over here. Oh yeah, up there. This one right here on the corner, you can see a whole bunch of rebar right there. I'm gonna have to double check that weight restriction that's currently in effect, but that's been changing over the past few weeks, I guess, with inspectors coming out and checking this out. But it's definitely down to one lane. Oh, you can see some rebar in this corner, missing some concrete with some cracks. Currents are moving me a little bit through here. So guys, you might notice right now, because of the cold temperatures and the cold water temperature, I'm wearing a dry suit for protection. So yeah, I'm just snaking around through these columns here. Those pillars closest to the land on the Smith Point Beach side seem to be the worst so far. Woo! Currents pulling me through here a little bit. No trespassing sign over there. I have no plans to climb up on top of that. I do think it's probably occupied by a bridge attendant up there somewhere, because this is a drawbridge. So right here is the main center span of the drawbridge. What a beautiful morning it is this morning. Yeah, all this looks pretty good right here. Some kind of tugboat and barge off in the distance that way. Another no trespassing sign. Suffolk County Department of Public Works. Keep off. So yeah, guys, after we check out this bridge, we're going to be kayaking to the east to Pottersquash Island. It's a really cool marsh area with some fun little narrow spaces to kayak through. Oh, I forgot another thing, guys. I plan to give you an update regarding my criminal trespassing complaint in the Sayreville Municipal Court. So I have an update for you. Stay tuned for that. So maybe when I'm done paddling today, I'll come out on foot along the land and check out some of those columns that I can access on foot. Yeah, these really don't look bad. I tell you, as much as this has been in the news, I was anticipating that these columns were going to be much worse. You know, and this is really close to low tide. So we're seeing a lot of these columns. You know, it might go down a few more feet. But yeah, these columns aren't bad. Those over there look all right. You know, I'm sure the county wants to be cautious, but I have to say, I'm no structural engineer, but I have to say these columns look pretty good. So this area through here, guys, is called Narrow Bay. It's kind of part of Great South Bay. All right, looks like I got some kind of boat coming behind me. I'll have to see what that is. Maybe it's a fire department boat. He slowed down. Bayport Fire Department. He's picking up speed again. See, I'll just turn into his wake. Nice little rollers. I love when I can come out kayaking and have the water all to myself. It's so beautiful and so relaxing out here today. I want to give you guys that update. I might as well make use of my time paddling out here to Pottersquash Island. So my case in Sayreville was set for trial December 18th. And I believe that's at 10:30 a.m. That is no longer going to happen. We recently had a Zoom hearing, and they were supposed to provide us with discovery. There were 2 or 3 times we were supposed to get discovery from the prosecutor's office, and they still have not provided it. Over the weekend, I received in the mail another date for a Zoom hearing, and I'm guessing that maybe they're giving them an opportunity again to provide us with discovery. But it's ridiculous. We have received nothing from the prosecutor, and it's been requested. So the next Zoom hearing is January 15th at 11:30 a.m. And then I guess beyond that point, unless there's some way we can resolve it by then, we'll set it for trial after that. So yeah, once again, December 18th trial date has been canceled. If you were planning on supporting me and coming to Sayreville Court for the trial on December 18th, do not show up. There may be a future trial date set, but the next date again is January 15th, and that's a Zoom call. And I guess we'll figure out what's going to happen from there. It's kind of crazy how this is just getting dragged on and on and on. So off to my left, which is north, that's a community called Mastic Beach. And to my right is a barrier island, which is part of Fire Island, but it's Smith Point Beach. And you can see Potter Squash Island on Google Maps. I'd say the island that we're paddling to is 1.5 miles or so east of the Smith Point Bridge, and we're halfway to 3/4 the way there. This is pretty cool. Straight ahead of us, little lighthouse. I actually think this might be somebody's home right here. Little swan off to the right. Coming up to a fishing pier here on the left. Small bits of ice floating in the water. And we're gonna head into the middle of Narrow Bay here, and we'll be coming up to Potter Squash Island here in a little bit. All right, coming up straight ahead of us is the western tip of Potter Squash Island, and there's an osprey nest and also a duck blind for hunting. Yeah, we still have a couple feet of water here. Oh yeah, just looking off to the left, I can see the Smith Point Bridge, and we're just gonna skirt the islands here, and on the other side is a beach. We may be able to get out and check some things out. There is a little beach area right over here. It's kind of small. We'll just keep paddling around to the next beach area. Just heard some gunshots. So there's definitely people hunting out here. Hear those? We're gonna have to keep an eye out to see if any of these duck blinds are occupied by hunters. I don't want to get in the way of anybody. All right, I think we're coming up to the east side of the island. I think this beach just kind of goes around. You can see we're in kind of shallow water, and there's all kinds of ice up on the shoreline. More gunshots. All right, now we're about to the far west side of the island here. We're gonna pull up to the shoreline here, and there's a duck blind straight ahead. We're gonna go check it out. Let's go ahead and check out this duck blind. I don't see any boats, canoes, or anything like that. So I don't think there's going to be anybody in the duck blind. You can see that this is just a whole bunch of marshland here. That whole area right there looks like it's frozen. Nice little spot in here. Pretty cool. All right, so when we get back in the kayak, we're gonna paddle around this area and then head that way. Take a walk this way. Yeah, this is beautiful out here. This is a really amazing spot on Long Island to paddle. All right, we're just gonna paddle around the tip here, past the duck blind. You can see these currents around me. Gets a little more narrow up here through the marshland, and it'll just wind around, and we'll just follow it all the way around. Just love it through here. About a foot of water beneath us. It's so beautiful and so peaceful. I tell you, it's been so quiet. If I stop paddling, you don't hear anything. Yeah, this is definitely an area I like to come to paddle and just get away. Man, look at that sun just glistening off the water. All the ospreys flew south for the winter. So yeah, we'll be coming back to that duck blind that we first saw when we got over here. And I'm starting to be able to see the Smith Point Bridge again straight ahead of us. All right, here's that osprey nest and duck blind that we first saw when we got over here. I think I'm gonna have the wind to my back, paddling back towards the Smith Point Bridge, so that'll be nice. All right, so pancakes and hot chocolate is calling my name. So I'm gonna work my way back towards the Smith Point Bridge and where I launched. Looks like that tugboat and barge is between us and the Smith Point Bridge, just off to the left a little bit. I can see the captain of the tugboat. Give him a wave. I think he saw me. Just wanted to give him a wave. Just as a courtesy, he waved back. That little tugboat says Oliver on it. That is a tiny little tugboat. Whatever that barge is, it says Scrod 2, S-C-R-O-D, and the number 2. So off to the left is the entrance to the Smith Point campground, but it's also the entrance to Smith Point Outer Beach. And it's part of the Suffolk County Park System, and I actually have a 4x4 permit to go out on certain beaches in Suffolk County, including Smith Point. It's really cool to be able to drive on the beach over there. So guys, last week I went to Rockefeller Center in New York City for the Christmas tree lighting, and I got some pretty cool Christmas time footage of the Rockefeller Christmas tree, but also different things in the area, and also some incredible views from on top of Rockefeller Center. I may include that in this video. All right, you can see we're back to the Smith Point Bridge. I'm just gonna paddle under it again to the other side, to where I launched. But I think before I make pancakes, I'm gonna get out on foot and I wanna check out the pilings underneath the edges on the north and south side of the bridge. And I also want to drive over the bridge to check it out. And then we'll make some pancakes and hot chocolate. Actually, all these over here and over there look pretty good. So maybe I'll just drive across to the other side and we'll walk underneath the bridge over there. Those look like they were the worst ones. I just love when the sun is glistening off the water. It's so pretty. All right, let's see. Just gonna pull up. Right over here. This is where we launched. And then I'll pack everything up and we'll drive across the bridge to the other side. And then at some point we'll make breakfast and hot chocolate. Weight limit 15 tons. Yeah, they definitely raised the weight limit. Because at one point it was 3 tons. Look at this, guys. Check out these deer. This big buck is going to come right up to us. Look at these 2 bucks right over here. See, we kayaked on the other side of these. And those seem to be the worst pillars out of all of them. They're the ones missing concrete, and you can see the rebar. Yeah, you can definitely see the rebar in that one. Otherwise, they're not too bad. All right, I'm going to make some pancakes right here in the back of my truck. Just going to pour some pancake mix into this pot. Just mix it up to a nice consistent pancake mix. All right, I got the stove fired up. I'm going to put a little bit of butter in my pan. All right, I think I'm ready to go. Pour some of this in there. Oh boy, I think I might have burnt it. No, I don't know. No, actually, I don't think I did. I thought I burnt it. It smells like it's burning a little bit, but I think we're all right. Let me see if I can flip this thing. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Very nice. Very nice. Looks very good. I'm going to set this pancake down on my little plate here. We're going to get ready for pancake number 2. We'll just have 2 pancakes this morning. I think that'll be enough. All right, see if we can flip pancake number 2. Nice. Looking good. Maple syrup. I'm going to eat it right out of the pan. A little bit of maple syrup, that'll be fine. All right, let's see how they taste. I'm sure they're amazing. Look at that. Those pancakes are so good. Whew, hot. Very hot. All right, looks like I have some boiling water. All right, so it turns out I didn't forget the hot chocolate now. Cheers, guys. Well, I want to thank you guys for watching 2 Feet Outdoors YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly did, and we'll see you guys on the next one.